Hey everyone, Tyson the Subaru Specialist from Subaru Prince George here, and the pleasure of introducing you to the largest Subaru, the 2024 Subaru Ascent. This is the premier, so the top end trim in the autumn green metallic. Great color combo. Like I said, biggest Subaru they've ever made. This one is a 7-seater. You can get the Ascent in an 8-seater configuration. We have a lot of families getting these instead of getting into minivans, or people who just want a ton of room in comparison to the Outbacks and Foresters or Crosstreks that they're currently driving. Just like every other crossover / SUV in our lineup, 8.7 inches of minimum ground clearance. The Ascent's got a redesign, or a front end refresh, I should say, in 23. This is the same very aggressive front end, large hood, large front grille. These chrome wings on the Premier leading to these smaller, more aggressively styled headlights. They are LED steering responsive. Fantastic. New front fascia. And again, it adds to that whole aggressive look, that boxiness, that squareness. I really like the new one. When you have it side by side with the 22s, the 19 to 22s, it looks way more aggressive. New fog light area. LED fog lights, very, very bright. It's powered by a 2.4 liter turbocharged Boxer engine, 260 horsepower, 277 pounds-feet of torque. They're pretty powerful. Subaru went with a 4-cylinder because you don't often need the 6 cylinders that the competition has, especially when you're driving around town. So a little bit more efficient, but you still have that pulling power. These will tow up to 5,000 pounds. This one specifically will do 5,000 pounds when properly equipped. In the Premier, we do get 20-inch wheels. I think it matches with the green, goes with the green very, very well. We do have some satin chrome accents, specifically on the mirror caps on the Premier, as long with these power folding mirrors. So they fold out when you unlock them, and when you click lock, they fold. And of course, integrated turn signal there as well. Chrome handles, you get chrome around the windows. It all ties together. It's very, very classy looking vehicle. Fuel filler door is on passenger side, like every other Subaru here, and it's tied to the driver door. So if the driver door is unlocked, as you can see, mirror caps are open. It's open. When I click lock on the key fob, a little pin is going to shoot out of there, and it would normally lock in there. So lock, pin, mirrors go in, unlock. So this, despite you being a turbocharged Subaru, use regular fuel. You don't need to use premium on this, which is nice. The back rear bumper, we do have those little black circles. Those are your backup sensors. They will apply the brakes in reverse if it thinks you're going to hit something between speeds of 1 and 15 kilometers an hour. Back, very square, boxy, Forester-like. Now, we can open the rear hatch from the key fob, third button down, press and hold. We can do it from the driver's seat. We can do it from the door itself. I can set it so it only opens X percentage. So if that's going to open into your roof, because it is very, very tall, you can make it so it doesn't open all the way. Now, with the third row being folded flat, you have tons of room. You have tons of luggage, sports equipment, table chair sets probably in here without issue. Very tall, wide, and deep storage. Longer than an Outback for storage. Wider and taller than a Forester for storage. Lots of storage in here. Now, at the back, we have grocery bag hooks on either side. You hook the loop of your grocery bag around that, and it will stop your groceries from going tumbling. We have 12-volt power point, halogen cargo light, which is really nice. That shuts off when I close the hatch. You can just shut it off if you don't want it on at all. Nice hard mount physical tie downs. Got 2 in the back, 2 up front. We've got cup holders on either side, USBs, device storage for the third row. Now this third row, to fold it up, pretty easy. And it is a 60-40 split, so if you need to have a passenger in the third row but need cargo, you can do that. So it locks straight up and down, or you can recline it. So depending how much storage you need behind the third row, how your passengers like to sit, headrests pop up. Super easy to use. And I'll just reach up here, and same thing. So like you can see, there's a pretty significant difference in amount of tilt or lean you can have, or how much you can recline it. But yeah, 3 headrests. You can fit some taller people back there. I'll show you guys that. Now, I can close it. I can close and lock it. I can pull down on the handle. I can do it from the driver's seat. I can close it from the key fob. But I click lock. You can see those mirrors folded in. Down it goes. I am going to get an audible and a visual. I don't know if you could hear it on the mic there, but it did beep. All of the Ascents have the roof rails, so you can get crossbars, things on the roof, integrated tie-downs front and rear, and of course, panoramic sunroof, moonroof combo, which is nice. It extends into the second row. I guess it would help if I clicked unlock twice. One click unlocks the driver door, 2 clicks does everything. Second row. Now, the Premier can be had with the brown leather interior or the black leather interior, depending upon the exterior color of the vehicle. This customer wanted the green with the brown interior. It's a very classy color combo, if you ask me. I quite like it, and I am not the biggest fan of brown interiors, but captain's chairs, so comfortable versus the bench. If you're going to be having teens or adults routinely in the second row, I recommend the captains. If your goal is to stuff people in here, as many people as you can, I do recommend the 8-seater. So these armrests fold down, but they lock in many positions going up. And one of the benefits to the 7-seater, you can walk into the third row. These little black pieces here, those are handles that are designed so you can leverage your way through if you're a taller individual. Or seat leans, this is designed to be a step, and you can get into the third row. So in addition to sliding forward if you're trying to get in like that, this seat has a manual bar, and I can lock it. So I've increased the amount of leg room that the third row has. Because while there's some room, it's not huge. I mean, if you're looking for, to be able to fit adults routinely in the third row, you're probably looking at a van. Giant van at that. Out of the center console, we have our own climate controls. The outboard 2 seats in the middle row are heated. Now, this climate here is for both the second and third row. So people in the second row control it for the third row. We get a house plug, 2 USB ports, cup holders. So there's 19 cup and bottle holders in an Ascent. An insane amount of cup holders and bottle holders. We've got matte back pockets, cup holder. Now, you're never going to run out of cup holders. You should almost never run out of cup holders. 19 cup and bottle holders for 7 people. That's more than 2 drinks per person. We've got sunshade. Someone's trying to take a nap in the second row. You've got some children. This is a nice addition. You can get these as an accessory for the other trim levels now, because this comes standard in the Premier and the Limited. Soft touch armrest, soft touch door card, nice soft touch. Got this faux wood, bottle holders, Harman Kardon audio system. And now I can actually fold these seats down. So these seats don't go as flat as the third row. There's definitely a bit of an angle, but it allows you to fit some longer items in there, which can be beneficial for sure. Now, with it being a proximity key, unless you're trying to open it from a distance, this never needs to come out of your purse, your pocket, your bag, your backpack. Just needs to be on your person within 46 inches. Now, to lock it, I've got these lines. Now, these lines are only on the front driver and front passenger door handles. Touch, and it locks. And let's confirm that. To unlock it again, key has to be within 46 inches. Hand in the handle. There is a small audible chime. I don't know if the mic picked it up, but it does that. You can turn the hazards and the chime off if you don't like it. Front door card looks very, very similar to that of the rear. Soft touch, the faux wood. We've got window lock. The rear 2 windows are just regular power. Front 2 are auto power windows, power mirror adjustment. And we have the ability to fold in the mirrors at the click of a button. So if you're sitting in the car waiting for someone and the mirrors are close to being taken off, you can just turn them off or fold them in. Bottle holders, cup holder storage. Again, they like to remind you, Harman Kardon audio system. Power driver seat, including lumbar. We've got 2 position memory settings for your power driver seat. So all you do, if there's 2 regular drivers, whatever position you set, you hit 1, your seat goes to how you like it, which is nice. Height and tilt. It will not remember your manual thigh extender, but this is very nice if you've got longer legs and you find your legs start to lose circulation on longer drives. Do that. It's like sitting in a lazy boy. It's exceptionally comfortable in my opinion. I'm a bigger guy with longer legs. I see the value in this. By the driver's left knee, there's some buttons. We have the ability to open the rear hatch. We can turn on all the interior lights. Nice addition in 23. And we have a scroll wheel for the brightness of our gauges. There is also a little storage cubby up here. You have to be careful using that though, especially with a pair of dark colored sunglasses. Can't really see them there unless you know they're there. I once misplaced a set of sunglasses for 2 weeks when I went on a test drive. So that was a fun story, trying to find them. So, proximity key in the vehicle, foot on the brake, light goes green. Green means go. On it comes. Got some LEDs up there. We've got our blind spot detection indicators on both our side mirrors. So it illuminates orange like it showed on the corresponding side when someone's in your blind spot, or going to be. So if they're on my left-hand side, going to be in my blind spot, that side does. If they're on my passenger side, the passenger side is going to be there. Now, it's not huge and obvious, but once you know it's there, it is easy to notice. We had those little LEDs that popped up front there. I'm just going to shut off the Ascent and turn it back on. You can see that there, them cycling. Each light means something different. There's a little indicator, and it's all to do with the EyeSight cameras here. These 3 black boxes, those color stereo EyeSight cameras, they're looking for pedestrians, road lines, cyclists, and other vehicles. So it all has to do with safety. I do have a link in the video description that goes over what those lights mean. Check that out if you're interested in that. Different leather wrapped steering wheel than what you find in the limited touring and Onyx Ascents. This is, I would say, almost more velvety. It's quite comfortable. It's nice. It does take a little bit to get used to. Breaks in really, really nicely. Left-hand side of the steering wheel, we have our Bluetooth and audio controls. You can accept calls, hang up or decline calls, issue voice commands. Got a volume toggle left to right. This little up and down now changes our small little center display here. So we've got fuel economy, time running versus distance traveled. We've got our compass, navigation destination, what we're listening to, clock and thermometer. Lots of choices depending upon what you want to look at. Also got source, switch from AM to FM to satellite to USB, switch between our presets. Right-hand side, we've got our adaptive cruise and we have our lane centering. Both of these systems, again, use those 3 black boxes. So up top there in the center, you can see that we have an image of the Ascent, and there's 4 bars ahead of it. That is the follow distance behind the vehicle ahead of you that you will follow at if you catch up while using cruise. Now, I can decrease the bars or increase them by using the increase or decrease buttons. Decrease them, you'll follow closer. 4 bars at 100 kilometers an hour is roughly 150 to 180 feet behind the vehicle ahead of you. That's a pretty safe distance. Now, lane centering, I turn on. Little steering wheels there now. You've got those gray lines. If the EyeSight cameras and those black boxes can see the road lines, it'll illuminate whichever side it can see, whether that's one or both or none. It'll illuminate white on the corresponding side. And if you start getting close to a line, it starts giving you gentle steering input to keep you centered. Does help you through some corners. It's not hands-free. We're not Tesla. Don't try it. It gets mad at you and shuts that portion off. But only works above 60 kilometers an hour. It's not designed to be used in town. I don't recommend you try it in town. Have someone demo it for you. It's pretty darn cool. Heated steering wheel, and it's the whole heated wheel, except for down here. There's a dead spot down there. Steering wheel adjustment, off the steering column, pull down. We've got tilt. We have telescopic. You can adjust it for drivers of varying heights, leg and arm lengths, seating positions. It's great. I'm a big fan of it. We do also have these paddles, downshift and upshift. We can manually select our own gears should we wish, even with the CVT. Now, something that is unique to the Ascent, and sorry, I just got to find the right angle. We have auto wipers, which is great. So there's a light sensor, and if there's water on there, it will clean the windshield for you. I do also have a video of the auto wipers. I'll put that in the video description, along with the one that goes over the lights up top there. Over here, we have the DriverFocus system. So this piece stands up. That's a little infrared camera. You can scan your face in, and it'll do your memory seats off your face. It will also tell you if you're not paying attention to the road or if you're drowsy. Pretty cool feature. Subaru implemented in, believe it was 2019 in the Forester Premiere. They won some awards for it, but you may sometimes see a little red light on the right-hand side. It's trying to scan me, and there it is. You can see it right there. Pretty cool. It does not particularly like polarized sunglasses, so sometimes it does turn off with that system going on. Now, 11.6-inch touchscreen, and they've broken it into 3 primary portions. We've got the top portion, we've got what we're listening to, navigation destination. So if I set a destination in map and then I go to the radio, it'll tell me turn right, Queensway 200 meters. I've got widgets, gauges, and if you've watched any of my previous videos, you know the ones that I set them to. Same ones every time. You can change them, of course. Whether that's part of your satellite radio trial, Then you get access to dual function X mode, which is like 4x4 low in a pickup, used at speeds of below 40 kilometers an hour, and you have to be going less than 20 kilometers an hour to engage it. Got snow and dirt mode, and we have deep snow and mud. Like I mentioned, it's like 4x4 low. It's for really extreme stuff. Most people don't ever need to use it, but it makes a very capable vehicle that much more capable. Center portion, main portion. I have volume and tuning knobs. I still have some physical knobs, which is nice. Map. It's powered by TomTom. No subscription. You've got it for the life of your vehicle. It's cool. You can also full screen it, which really doesn't increase it that much, but it does add a little bit. Easy to use. Radio, media, and phone. Fairly self-explanatory. Under apps, we have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You do gain access to set up a My Subaru account after the vehicle is registered in your name. My Subaru settings, car info, driving statistics. You can set maintenance reminders. If we go over here, I can turn off the display if it's too bright for you. And of course, you can dim it if it's too bright for you at night, which is by night. And you can dim it quite a bit. I know right now it doesn't really show you how bright it can get and how dim it can get. It is nice to have, though. It's a nice adjustment. Got valet mode, auto vehicle hold. You can turn off traction control. And this is a nice new feature. This is Cabin Connect. This allows people in the second and third rows to hear you better. And I don't know if the mic's picking it up, but I kind of get an echo up front, and it projects my voice through a microphone into the rear. So pretty cool. I do have a video about that elsewhere on my channel. I'll include that in the video description below as well. Lower portion, climate control. I have physical buttons, or I click and it brings this up. I can click, I can drag, easy enough to use. It's easy to sync it back to driver controlled. I can control where my airflow is, control if I want AC, max AC, full recirculation. Easy to use. For the rear, if I don't want them playing with it, I can actually lock them out, set the temperature, control where the airflow is being directed, or I can give them control. It's pretty easy. It is nice to have. This is the only trim level in the Ascent lineup where you get ventilated and heated seats. So I've got 3 stages of heated, 3 stages of ventilated. And again, I don't know if the mic's picking it up, but there is a little bit of a fan noise going on right now, and that's from the ventilation, from the ventilated seats pulling air through the seats. And it's starting to cool me pretty instantly. It's nice to have, especially for those hot summer days. And to shut it off, I simply press and hold. I can choose 3 levels, or I can press and hold, shut it off. Same thing with the heated seats. Fan strength. I can turn off the rear. Below that, got a cubby with a 12-volt power point, which is open. We'll close that. View is for our camera, which I'll show you here in a second. We've got USBs, auxiliary, more wood grain trim. Now, this is the first vehicle in the Subaru lineup to get a 360 camera. Now, there's a little bit of glare on the screen here. I'm going to flip this vehicle around, see if I can reduce the amount of glare. I'll be right back. And I'm back, and that is definitely better. So, in reverse, I've got my regular backup camera. I've got my sensors. Now, if I want to change this, because this is the only vehicle with the 360 camera, I can press this view button. Gives me a bird's eye, shows me where I'm going to end up if I keep the wheel turned that way, like how I'm going to end up. It's pretty cool. Press it again, and I get rear view and 360 in addition to the sensors. Or you can just have plain backup camera. Now, I can clean the backup camera from inside the vehicle, which is handy. Just the backup, not the front and side view mirrors. You have a camera underneath each mirror in addition to in the front grille. If I put it in drive and I press view, I get the 360. So I can use it pulling into a parking spot. I can turn on the front sides in addition to the bird's eye front, or I can just have the front and it shows me where I'm going to end up. So you do have some camera customization, which is cool. Definitely helps, or can help. Electronic park brake, foot on the brake, pull up to turn it on, foot on the brake and push down to deactivate it. You can see these cup holders are illuminated. Got a really nice soft touch armrest. Really deep storage. You've got a change tray, a coin tray, place to run cords out of if you're putting something in there. We have an auto dimming rear view mirror. This is my favorite feature in any vehicle ever. Doesn't matter what the vehicle is. I hate being blinded from behind by people with high beams on. Hook up to 3 separate garage doors through the HomeLink system. Now, this is Smart View. So if you can see in the mirror I've got the headrests in the way. I can't quite see behind me. I've got a camera out the back window, so I can see behind me. It's definitely a little bit to get used to, but it does work well. So camera, regular view. And you can see the headrests are taking up a little bit of room. Obviously, my camera's taking up a little bit of room. But yeah, it's pretty darn cool. Works really well. We've got sunglass storage, along with a conversation/spy mirror. Got the SOS and the roadside. That's part of the 3-year trial to the My Subaru Connected services you get with most new Subarus. Our door light switch. We have our sunshade. It is a power shade. And you can stop this shade at any point, but this is for the panoramic sunroof, moonroof combination. Goes all the way back. Just the front panel slides or tilts. Back one is fixed, but still works really, really well. Really opens it up in here. I've got card holders. I've got vanity mirrors with lights. I can extend this to the side, which is really nice. Keep the sun out of my eyes. It slides. So overall, they're absolutely fantastic vehicles, the Ascents. I mean, visibility in them is great. Obviously not when you have the headrests in the way, but the visibility is great. Shoulder checking is a breeze. So yeah, that is the 2024 Subaru Ascent Premier. That is the 2024 Subaru Ascent Premier in the autumn green metallic. Give you guys this 360 walk around. Thanks for watching these videos. If you stuck with me through the entire video, if you guys have watched it, got some value out of it, if you're looking for a Subaru, please reach out to me directly. If you're inquiring with the dealership, tell them you want to deal with Tyson, the Subaru specialist. Love to give you the best service possible, help you get into a Subaru of your dreams, or a pre-owned vehicle, even if it's an off-brand. Love to help you guys with that as well. So thank you for watching my quick walkthrough. I'm Tyson, the Subaru specialist from Subaru Prince George. If you guys have any questions about the car behind me, any of the tech, or any of the vehicles in our lineup, put them in the comments below. I always love to hear from you guys. Thanks for watching. We'll talk soon.